What's going on, everyone? So welcome to my latest video. This is my review for the TV show Dexter: Original Sin. So Dexter: Original Sin is a prequel to Dexter, which is a show that, as you can tell, I own on Blu-ray, meaning that I liked the show. I still need to watch it a second time, but I'll never forget watching this show in 2021 and greatly enjoying it. In particular, season 1, 2, 4. 4 is easily the best season of that show. And then, of course, season 7 and 5. I'll be honest, season 5 I think is underappreciated. I think a lot of people just compare it to season 4, and it's a different flavor, so it's like apples and oranges. But I like season 5 quite a bit. So I liked the show overall, and it's going to be a hot take for sure. But I liked the finale of Dexter. I think that, yes, it's a flawed finale, but it's something that I really admired the ambition of. So I know it's a hot take, but it is what it is. I did enjoy Dexter New Blood, but there were some issues that I had with the show that, whilst I enjoyed it in the moment, I was hoping that those issues I had would be resolved by the end, and it wasn't. If anything, the finale was sloppy. It was one of those instances where I enjoyed it in the moment, but the more I thought about it, the more I was like, yikes, that was much, much worse than the finale of Dexter, the original show. So I was curious what Dexter: Original Sin was going to offer, because we saw flashbacks of Dexter, like how he became Dexter Morgan, the serial killer. We understand that. We saw these flashbacks in Dexter, albeit Michael C. Hall in a wig doesn't look convincing as a 16-year-old, but we still got those flashback scenes. So I'm like, what is this going to offer with the lore of Dexter? And the answer is pretty much given in the first minute or two of the show. It undoes the events of New Blood, whilst at the same time making it so that way, if you've never seen the show Dexter and you watch this show, this spoils so many scenes of season 1. To the point where if you were to watch Dexter: Original Sin and then go right into Dexter season 1, there's no mystery. So it's very frustrating because I don't know who this show is for, other than people that just want a little taste of Dexter Morgan. Other than that, like, if you were to try to pitch this to people that haven't seen Dexter at all, it's going to be very hard, because then they're going to watch the show Dexter, and the first season they're going to be bored out of their minds because they're like, oh, I wonder who the killer is. G. Whittaker is. Oh, and I wonder how this killer is related to Dexter. I wonder. So it's very frustrating, and again, it's not the actors' fault. It's like the actors are all good. They do a good job with what they're given. And I do think that some of the cinematography is stylish. Some of it is appealing, specifically the colors. I like it for what it is. But I just couldn't help it from a story, character development, writing, pacing perspective. Also, villain perspective. The villain is extremely underwritten, to the point where when they reveal who the villain is, I think it was like episode 8 or 9, it's like, oh yeah, of course it is. Of course it's this person. Shocking. I did not expect that in the slightest. So there's a lot of issues I have fundamentally with this show, from the writing, the directing, all those aspects are just very frustrating. The filmmaking itself is okay, but the more I think about the show, the more I don't like it. So it went from like a 3 out of 5 to now, you'll see the rating a little bit, to now it's much lower, and I just feel like it's going to get even lower the more that I think about it. And again, it's not the actors' faults. All the actors are really good. It's not the cinematographer's fault. None of that. It's fundamentally the writing, the directing, and honestly just the pacing. It's very dysfunctional with the way it's paced. So I was not a fan of the show. If you don't have a strong villain, if you have a story that doesn't offer much in the grand scheme of things with Dexter, it's like, why does this exist? And I know some people might say, well, you like art house films and they don't really add, much to the grand scheme of things. But the thing is, they're not an IP. This is an IP. So even if it wants to stand on its own, it doesn't even do just that. So it just falls on all fronts, unfortunately. So I wasn't a fan of the show, and that's why, for me, I'll personally be giving Dexter: Original Sin a... But yeah, guys, I know that there's been talk that there might be a season 2. If there is, I might watch it, but I don't know. I'm kind of burnt out at this point. Also, I'll watch Dexter Resurrection for sure, just out of curiosity, but I don't know, man. Part of me just thinks that this whole series just should have ended in 2013 and just, had it be a controversial finale. But they're trying to fix that, and I just think all those attempts have been kind of like, eh. So That's the Original Sin. Did you like it? Did you not? Let me know in the comment section down below. I know I didn't really talk about spoilers, but if you want to talk about spoilers in the comment section down below, feel free to do so with a spoiler warning in case people haven't, watched the show. But let me know your thoughts on the show. And as always, guys, I appreciate you guys for watching. Don't forget the subscription, notification bell, follow me on Patreon, Letterboxd, and I will catch you guys later.